Just got myself a DJI Mic 2. So let's do some real world tests. So I find that the mics on the camera itself are really good, especially when used in the forward facing position like this. They pick up sound really well, the quality is really good, so they've got quite a lot to live up to. The problem comes when you want to face the camera in a different direction, like this. Now the mics are facing away from me, and yeah, they're still probably picking up good sound, but it's different. And if I just hold it a little bit further away, but it's probably all gone. So that's one of the drawbacks, and that's why I've been looking for using the Mic 2. So I've got consistent sound even when I do point the camera in different directions like this. Now I also wear the camera down here on a chest harness, which means that when I'm talking I have to make sure I'm quite loud, make sure it's picking everything up. It does a great job, but if there's a lot of traffic around, it picks up a lot of extra noise as well. So it'd be useful not to have to worry about that. So we're going to do a couple of different tests with the mic, one in the standard setting and one in the noise reduction setting. We're also going to test some at speed with a bit of wind going downhill here and there, see how that comes out. Alright, so this is the first test. I'm just talking normally, nothing special. There's no noise reduction on this one, this is just the standard setting. I don't quite know where I am with the dB setting, the volume or the gain settings rather. Do not indicate in Tesla world. So I don't quite know where I am with the gain setting. I've taken a bit of a chance and I've set it at -2 dB. I don't know where that is. I'll only be able to judge that when I get home and listen to it back. So this is number one. Standard setting on the microphone, -2 dB. No noise reduction. We're just going down a bit of a hill now, so we can test how it is against a bit of wind noise. A little bit of speed, what we're doing, 25 miles an hour, perhaps. Yeah, the speed's picking up now, wind's picking up. How does this sound? Should be a good test. Straight across the lights, I'm lucky. Just made it. So how was that for sound and external noises and wind noise? Any good? I don't know what other type of noises it's picking up, whether it's picking up much in the way of external noise. Oh, there's not a lot going on around here. There's not a lot of traffic to be competing with. There's not much to compare it to. It's going up a busy-ish high street now with a few extra cars around, a little bit more noise, a bit of ambient noise. So let's see if this noise reduction is making any difference here. I don't know how well you can hear me. There's also a bit of wind I can feel. Normal day, it's not overly windy, but there's a bit of extra noise. There's some big trucks that might help us. Give something to compare to. I'm going to turn right at the lights up here. Yeah. So, how's this so far? How does that sound? I've just got another little bit of downhill to do here. I've knocked the noise reduction off again now. Noise reduction is off. Just so we can have some variation. Noise reduction is off. I'm going downhill at a little bit of speed, probably 25-30 k's an hour. Test for sound, test for noise, testing for wind noise. I do have the little wind buff thing on that you've probably seen. So let's see how this sounds. Try not to run this guy over. He saw me. That's always good. Okay. Turning, yes. So one of the other main reasons I wanted this mic is that when I can be riding along like this and I can show it like this, so I will be pointing the camera away from me but still have consistent sound the whole time. That's the idea. So I can just talk away normally and show the camera from different angles. Otherwise, if I'm just using the mics on the camera, which are at the front, they would now be pointing away from me, which is, you know, you lose a lot of sound quality. But hopefully this is consistent throughout. So we'll see. Right, this is a busy bit of road now. There's a bit of wind and there's a bit of traffic noise. So let's see how this compares. I'm going to be waiting here by these trucks as the trucks come past. So let's see how this compares. Oh, pretty quiet. So yeah, there we go. I mean, I think everybody probably naturally talks a little bit louder when there's more traffic around and it's a bit noisier. I'm trying to keep it consistent here. You can see the position of the mic. It's just there on my chest, just below my chin, I suppose. That sort of area. I'm not turning my head down to meet it. I'm not looking straight down to talk to it. My head is positioned straight out in front of me. I'm looking forward, just like I would when I'm riding a bike, as normal. Nothing special. The settings are at -2 dB on the gain. I've just taken a guess at that. I don't really know how to adjust that at the moment until I get a reference point. And this is my first ever time using it, so it's hard to know. I think what I'll do next, at some point during this ride home, I'll adjust the dB to just put it at 0 to get a reference for that too. And then maybe I can tell if it peaks at all or clips. And then I'll know, I'll have -2 and I'll have 0. Maybe I'll do another one at -4, I don't know yet. Let's see. I've just adjusted the gain. The gain is set to 0. So if I talk just a little bit louder, what happens? Let's see if anything goes into the red. As I increase my volume when we go past cars and traffic, I tend to talk a little bit louder. It's just, I don't know, it's just an instinct thing. I think everybody does that. So let's see if anything clips with the gain set at 0. Right, I've just put the noise reduction back on again because there's a little bit of traffic around. We can see how it compares with that. Noise reduction is back on. Gain still set on 0. My next thing will be to change the gain down to -4. And we'll give that a go in the next couple of minutes. Right. Right, gain still set at 0. Noise reduction on. Scooter going past. Woman totally not paying attention. I can see she's looking left at her kid more than she's looking straight ahead at the road or the mirrors. It's amazing what you can see from a bike perspective. You can see everything. When you're riding your bike, you are paying 110% attention. People in cars, I reckon they're paying about 30 to 40% attention most of the time. There you go, noisy truck. How does that sound? Gain set at 0. I think it's going to be clipping, personally. All right, bit of a downhill. Gain set is still at 0. How does it cope with the wind? How's the sound with the wind? At what, 30 k's an hour? 32? Around the bend. Ooh. Sun's coming out at long last. It's been a cold morning. We're nearly in May and it's still cold. Right, I've just set the dB down to -4 and the noise reduction off. Let's see how we get on with that one. So this is gain down to -4, gain at -4, noise reduction is off. Noise reduction off. It's quite windy, bit of a speedy downhill, 25-30 k's an hour. Faster than Nissan Micros anyway. Not that I can do much about it right now. -4 dB, noise reduction off. How are we coping? Anything clipping? I don't think so. I have no idea. I don't know why I'm saying that. It could be clipping for all I know, but I don't think so. If we're at -4, chances are I might be getting away with it. So it's giving me a bit of headroom. So if things do get a bit noisy, and I start to speak a bit louder, or there's a lot of traffic, or what have you, it'll maybe just about reach 0 without any clipping. Right, this is quite a speedy bit, so how's the wind noise? Don't step out. Well done. That's the end of -4 dB. Noise reduction is off. That was that test. Still on -4. Noise reduction is off. Nobody step. Well done, everybody. Well done, everyone. Top marks. Up the hill. I was just thinking, I said I'll always leave the mic in one position, but I had a thought a while back that if I got one of these, I might try wearing it on the strap on my helmet. So I might give that a go in a minute. Get all the different variations, eh? Might as well see what works best. I mean, I'm always going to wear a helmet, so might as well. So a little bit of chaos there. I'm going to pull over up here and make some switches. Really attractive looking church. Not. -4 dB, noise reduction on. Does it make any difference having the noise reduction on? Does it cut down on some of the traffic noise or external noises? There's a fair bit of traffic passing me, so it probably should give us an idea of what that's like. You might notice the sound drifting a little bit. I'm always turning my head, of course. Turning my head round to the right and checking over my shoulder, so every now and again I turn my mouth over to the right, which is effectively away from where the mic is. That might be something for me to consider. I could put the mic on the right hand side. I might give that a try. In fact, let's do that. Right, -4 dB with the noise reduction on. And I've just switched the microphone over to the right hand side because if anything, I've realized I look to my right hand side a hell of a lot more than I look to my left. Because I'm always checking over my right shoulder to see what's in that lane. And if you're turning right, that's where you tend to be looking more when you're going across traffic. So the mic is now on my little right hand lapel. It's very close to when it's on the left, but yeah, a little bit closer to my mouth when I turn right like this. And again, checking on my right hand side. Okay, gain -4, microphone on the right, noise reduction on. How does this sound? How does this sound? Microphone on the right. So there's only one thing left to try, and that's putting the mic on the strap of my helmet, having it even closer to my mouth. So that's the last thing. And with that, I'll probably still leave it at -4 actually, because if anything, I'll be even closer to the mic, so I'll need to gain down a little bit. So let's do that here. I'm at -4 dB, noise reduction is on. The microphone is on my helmet strap, just below my right ear. So let's see how this one sounds. Well, first of all, I can feel it wobbling around a little bit. It's a bit unnerving, but it looked pretty secure when I put it on, so it's probably all right. It's just getting used to this thing knocking against my cheek a little bit. Yeah. So I have a feeling this will be quite a good position, because obviously with microphones, the closer to your mouth, the better, ideally. It's just when it is that close, that's when you've got to be a bit careful with the whole gain, that it's not too set too high, so it's clipping. So we're at -4. This is a good way to test it. Breathing a little bit hard, pushing uphill, going through the traffic. Noise reduction's on. Talking kind of normally. Just loud enough to hear myself over the traffic, more than anything. Looking to my right. It's quite handy that I can spin my head around now. I know the mic's coming with me. Right, so you can probably see the mic there, just strapped on the side of my strap. Don't know how it looks. Feels a bit funny. Actually, it feels fine. It probably looks a bit funny. But so this way I can just talk very normally without having to shout. But I'm checking that if I do talk a bit louder, if I do shout a bit because of traffic or noisy situations, I don't clip. The sound doesn't clip, which is what I want to avoid. So that's why we're on dB -6 on the gain right now. -6, noise reduction is on. Also means the sound goes with me at an even setting. So I can do this, put the camera way out there by the fox. Should be getting the same audio the whole time, no matter how far away I hold the camera. Front, that side, shouldn't really matter. Sound should always be the same. And wherever I turn my head, left, right, all around, the microphone is in the same place next to my mouth. So this could be a pretty good setting in theory. Let's see how that works. Right, just checking the wind noise on this. Mic is by my right cheek still, just up here, on the helmet strap, on my right hand side, close to my mouth. We're going downhill. We're doing about, what are we doing? 32, 34 k's an hour, nothing special. But there is a bit of breeze comes with that. Obviously, when you travel downhill at any time, you feel the wind noise whizzing past your ears, so you can hear that noise. Whether the mic is doing a good job of deflecting that with these little dead cat muffs, I don't know. So we'll find out. I've got high hopes for this mic. I had this idea to get one of these from the beginning, because I always knew that sound is going to be crucial. And I don't know how the sound is so far on my other videos. Seems okay to me, but it's a bit up and down depending on which way the camera's facing, how much traffic, how much, how loud the ambient noise is, which sometimes amongst traffic it's been really, really loud. You get a heck of a lot of traffic noise. Yeah, basically the background noise is almost as loud as as your voice. So I always had this idea to get one of these mics and get a consistent sound throughout. The next thing, and probably the last thing I'm going to try, is leaving the mic where it is, but I'm going to set it back down to -4 dB. So we're going to have downhill, noise reduction on, -4 dB on the next setting. And that'll be probably the last one we'll try on this DJI Mic 2, connected with the DJI Osmo Action 4, realistic, real live, real situation, mic test. Right, so this is a slight downhill. Oh, we've got another downhill after this, actually. So, -4, noise reduction on. How does it sound? Guess I need to be talking. Two other cyclists coming my way. Got a bit of a breeze in my face because I'm in a valley. We're in a dip. Got a little bit of speed up. It's not very fast, actually. 32 k's now. Just hit the bottom of it. Yeah, let's see if it picks up my heavy breathing as I go up this slight hill. Hopefully not, shouldn't be breathing too hard. Although this hill is a bit of a bugger. It's deceiving, it does get to 10%. May not look it, but it's actually 10% at the top. It's one of those annoying hills that just gradually saps your speed. There you go, 10% spot there. So all those last few clips have been made with the mic strap just here. So it's great because wherever I turn my head, the audio on the mic comes with me. So there shouldn't be any change of sound no matter what goes on. So I can look that way, film it from there, or I can look that way, film it from there, or I can point it forward and still get the same audio quality no matter what happens. That's the idea. All right, last little bit of downhill. Let's get up the gears, get on the pedals even. Get up to 40 k's, 45 k's maybe. Yeah, bit of power now. Oh, that's a lot of wind. Heck of a lot of wind noise. Be really interesting to see how that's coping. It's probably the most wind noise I can expect to come across when I'm out and about. Yeah, this is a really good test. This is timing going to be perfect. Yes. Don't keep an eye on things, man. I hate it when people pull up the junctions, they're not even looking. It's like they've made half a decision. They've decided your side is clear and they're going to go and the other side's clear. You need to look again, man. Never mind. I cross that every day. One of my regular problems. How's this sounding? Just a little technical check. So -4 dB on the gain, noise reduction on, microphone fitted on the strap of my helmet. Well, that was it. Just a few variations of tests on the DJI Mic 2 on different positions, on my body, close to my mouth. I think for me the best position was on the helmet towards the end. It seemed a little bit clearer. My voice was a little bit more crisp, I suppose. And yeah, I suppose initially I was a little disappointed. It sounded a bit dull and a bit flat there compared to the mics on the camera itself. But the limitations there are, of course, that when you move it around, you know, it kind of fades in and out. So I'll keep pushing with this. I'm going to keep trying it in different places. Hopefully it was useful to you. It's certainly been useful for me. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll do my best to try and answer them.